Hi guys, today we're going to have a little look at dancer's pose and the building blocks and the different stages we can use to get into the final posture. First of all, I'm always going to say for a posture like this, make sure you've warmed up fully before you attempt to do it. It is a really full body stretch, so it's really important that we are fully warmed up so we don't injure ourselves. Really good warm-ups would be gentle back bend, so things like cobra, sphinx, maybe building up into up dog if you can. Yeah, just really stretching out the back before we try and attempt it. So I'll talk you through it, and I'll give you a couple of different modifications as well, which will hopefully be helpful. So wherever we are in our practice, we're going to start in Tadasana, so in our mountain pose. So our feet are nice and grounded, knees are pulled up, tailbones tucked under. We'll give those shoulders a nice big roll up and back. So we find that stillness in our mountain, find that focus point. Really point the concentration, you're going to need it in this posture. So to start with, all we're going to do is shift the weight into the left leg, and we're going to kick that right foot up. So if we can, we're going to take hold of it, foot to the outside, hand to the outside of the foot rather. We're just going to pull the foot in nice and tight to the bum. So knees are in line, you can see there isn't kicked forward or kicked back. They're just nice and in line. Left hand can stay down by your side, you could have it on your hip. If you're happy to, you can take it up above your head. So this might be exactly where you start. This might be as far as you can go. So you should still be able to feel quite a nice stretch in the thigh. So we can stay here. If we're struggling to get our hand around our foot, we can use a tie. So obviously if you've got a yoga strap, brilliant. If you haven't, a tie will do just as good. I've got here a rope. Is it a rope? I don't know. A tie from a dressing gown. So anything like that will do perfectly. So just get it about halfway. You're just going to loop it around the foot. Oops. And you're going to hold it in both hands, so not just the one. You're going to hold it in both hands, and it's the same idea as what we were just looking at. So we're keeping the knees together, and we're just pulling the foot up. So obviously, the closer the hands to the foot, the tighter the stretch. If that's not possible, then your foot might be down here. And then over time, what you want to do is try to shorten that gap until you are able to take the foot in the hand. Now that might never ever be something that you achieve. That's completely fine. With any kind of posture, especially postures like this, it's finding what works for you. So assuming that we can get our foot into our hands, so we're going further than this now. So our hands up if possible. And what we're going to start to do is kick the foot into the hand. So we're not pulling the foot up with the hand. We're not using the arm to force the foot back, the leg back, nothing like that. It's all done from the leg and the foot. And it's the tension that you cause between your arm and your foot. So as your foot's pushing out, your arm's pulling up, so your shoulder isn't falling back. So you're creating that tension there. As you do so, it's just quite naturally really going to start to lift. So if you imagine you're kicking your foot out, your hips coming up, and it's just as far as you can go really. So once you've got that focal point, you just keep kicking out. Nice deep breaths. And then think about that standing leg. So this is obviously quite tough on the standing leg, so especially the knee. So if you're finding that's really struggling, you can put a little micro bend in that standing leg just to make it a little bit gentler. Obviously the straighter the leg, the more of the stretch. And then try not to let the hip kick out. We're trying to keep them all in a straight line. And there we have it, there's our dancer's pose. So to come out, we'll gently bring the knee down. Whoops. Try not to fall over. Relax the legs, relax the arms. Give them a shake out. And then as always, with any kind of posture like that, always do it again on the other side. Just to make sure you're nice and even. So yeah, hope that helped guys, and have fun in dancer's pose. See you soon.